time is now, the time is here. Round up the soldiers and lend me your ear. Pick your head up, stick your chest out, be strong, listen closely, cause men can't always be wrong. Steve O, JB, B Hudson and T Swin. Gon' get your mind right, let's dive in the deep end and attack the issues and problems that hound us today. Yeah, we out here in the field, but we ain't coming to play. We all shepherds trying to keep the flock from going astray. If you wanna be the change, then let's be it today. Now there's always obstacles that's gonna get in your way, but it's important how you handle it, maneuver and pray. We keep you up to date with current affairs. We all know that the structure been broken, so let's make the repairs. There's a culture trying to cancel us and give you a spin, but you can come and get the truth from this panel of men. We on 10, going in, let the speech be free. We about to knock down the doors, you can keep the key. God first, then man, so let's execute the plan and deliver the message so the people can understand. Like, the time is now, the time is here. Round up the soldiers and lend me your ear. Pick your head up, stick your chest out, be strong, listen closely, cause men can't always be wrong. The time is now, the time is here. Round up the soldiers and lend me your ear. Pick your head up, stick your chest out, be strong, listen closely, cause men can't always be wrong. Men can't always be. Men can't always be. Men can't always be wrong.
What up, everybody? It's your guy T Swin back again. And this is the Man Can't Always Be Wrong podcast brought to you by CTR Media Network. And I'm going to bring on my other host. We have a special guest in the house, but here's my guy, JB.
How's it going, everybody? It's your boy J Bean. Once again, Man Can Always Be Wrong podcast. Man, we got another good guest, man. This is another one you got to grab your pen and paper for. We're going to be giving out a lot of good information on how to protect your creative property, man. You know, we all, we're podcasters.
Sales, business, everything.
Yeah, man. So we're going to bring on Mr. David from Settle Shark.
Awesome to be here, guys. Good time.
How you doing, sir?
Doing well from Tallahassee.
And thank you for being with us, bro. And
so, anytime, guys. Thank you for having me.
Mr. Settle Shark.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. So, man, tell us about yourself, man, your background.
Yeah, so my name is David, a.k.a. David, MrSettleShark.com. And my real name is David Orozco. I'm a professor of business law at Florida State University. But I'm originally from San Diego, grew up in California, went to college in New York City, experienced the city. Okay. Lived in Mexico for a bit with my family who's from Mexico, my dad, and also went to law school in Chicago, went to a school called Northwestern, graduated in 2004, had a good time. I learned a lot, got some really amazing mentors who guided me and gave me a lot of great information. But I was inspired, to do something different. And instead of accepting a Wall Street law firm job offer, which I had, I said, I'm going to go learn for a while. So I went to do what's called a research fellowship at Northwestern's business school, the Kellogg School, famous school for marketing and other subjects, and learned from the smartest people I've probably ever met in my life. Honestly, these people were pretty intense, man. They were no joke. They were at the top. So these guys taught me a lot. I think like a little bit rubbed off on me a little bit, and I feel like I was ready to go. So I ended up becoming a professor myself, and now I'm here at Florida State. So go Noles. That's where I'm at. I teach business law to business.
So we're gonna go straight into.
I heard you mention San Diego, man, a couple times. It's got some beautiful weather out there, man.
Yeah.
Only thing like is the way to now fires in the months, Other than San Diego's level. You was all around.
Yeah, I said we were gonna. So what? Basically, I wanted to really go into your company, man, Settle Shark, man.
Sure.
Exactly what do y'all do? This I know what you do, but
yeah, I'll tell you. Sometimes I wonder a little bit about that myself as the co-founder. But basically, what happened with Settle Shark was I was getting ripped off by companies. Well, they tried to rip me off, right? They tried really hard. And I'm talking about insurance companies that didn't want to pay claims. They asked for documents. I sent them documents. They wanted this. They wanted that. They delayed. They just didn't want to pay the claim and run the clock. So I figured out how to get these guys, and they paid. They paid. Another one was a moving company that just didn't do the right job. They delayed the shipment by like 2 weeks. They put the stuff in a warehouse. It was crazy. Anyway, it was messed up what they did, and I got money back from those guys. That was an interesting settlement. And then I went up against a car rental company that was trying to charge me $3,000 for some damage that I wasn't responsible for. Again, never heard back from them, right? So all of that taught me a process that's called dispute resolution. And because I teach law, I was able to figure it out and learn it, but it took a while. I wasn't, it took time and effort to figure this out. It wasn't obvious. And once I figured it out, I figured, damn, you know what? This should be available to a lot of people in the world. Why not make this available? This shouldn't be something that is only reserved for rich people who can hire expensive advisors, lawyers, whatnot. So I figured, let's start a company that does it. So I partnered up with my buddy Lonnie, who's out in Phoenix. He's a software programmer. He's incredible. It took us, we partnered with Dr. Liddy early on too. She's a regulator. Dr. Liddy, she's incredible. She helped us design the product. And then we coded for like 2 years and then introduced the website, man. And it's called Settle Shark. And it's literally just a bunch of fields that you fill out on a form. And, you click the pay button for $47. You get what's called a demand letter, which is a product that, the attorneys oftentimes write for you, but they'll charge hundreds of dollars an hour for it. And I've read demand letters prepared by all types of people, lawyers, other company, whatever. I've read a lot of demand letters. Ours are incredible. I find that they're the best in the industry, but I'm obviously biased. But I really think that, and we've gotten some good results. These are letters that I would use myself. That's the standard I use for this product, right? I'm like, would I send this letter to get the result I need? Yes, absolutely. So that's what I'm trying to get to the American consumer right now.
Okay. Yeah, we appreciate you looking out for the smaller guy, man, because I had that like $47, man, for legal help, man. You can't beat that, man.
Yeah, I agree. We got one guy $1,400 back, man.
Yeah, so that's definitely worth the value, man. 47, you get 1,500. Hey, it's like a deal to me.
That's what I'm talking about,
Yeah. So for me,
a
I
lot
don't
of
know.
a lot of people feel intimidated against majors, and so you guys help them get that confidence and do what they need to do. Yeah, some
Appreciate
people feel like I won't even try because they have the money in the pocket. Yeah,
it's true. That's the game. Actually, it's rigged, right? It's designed to put you down. Not even try to fight. Not even try. Yeah.
So I have a question for you. So this for people like I really don't know. I never even heard of a demand letter. So what is it, like a legally binding document? Is that what it
Great question, man. Thank you for asking, man. I never even got that question before. So a demand letter is basically a statement that you prepare as the party who feels like they've been injured in some way that goes against the law, actually, your rights. So the purpose of a demand letter is to do a couple things. One is to lay out the facts, right, very clearly. This is how you injured me, right? I have documents, I have receipts, I have an email. I got hurt, and this is what I got to prove it. I got a picture of a broken product. I got a bill from a car repair guy, right? So once you have your facts, then you say, this is how the law protects me. And that's where our legal knowledge comes in, right? And the software basically tags your state and then cites the relevant state law that would apply in your scenario. So a demand letter states the facts, it states the law, and then it states what you're demanding. What am I asking for? And what are the consequences of you not following through, right? So you're Your demand letter then says we need to reach a settlement. That's what it is. It's saying let's reach a settlement by this time, because you always have to keep them on the clock. That's what I learned. You got to keep them on the clock.
Yeah.
So the demand letter has to state a reasonable time period, by the way, too, because under the law, again, I didn't know this. Most people don't know this. You have to give your opponent, the company, 30 days to figure this out in good faith. You have to do that. You have to do that. And that's only fair. They need to figure this out. Maybe it was some bozo manager or some corrupt person. They want to fix it. It needs to go through their process. They get 30 days. And that's what we give them. We give them 30 days, but no more. That's it.
Okay. So my next question would be like, so what's the legal ramifications if they don't respond to the demand letter?
Yeah, and that's what the demand letter then will also say is what are the consequences if you don't settle this in 30 days, for example. Well, the consequences can be, that you might report them to a regulator. You know what I mean? You might say these people are behaving unethically. They're conducting shady business. They're not operating the way a well-regulated, business should operate. Contact a regulator. Another thing that we leveraged is the whole idea of arbitration, which is incredible. This is one of the most amazing things I learned about when I was fighting those companies. Blew me away. There's a system here in the US called arbitration. And it's basically a private court. You think of like the people's court, it would be something kind of like that, but for corporations. And they're there because they basically require consumers to always sign a contract that includes an arbitration provision. So next time you rent a car, read the contract, the fine print, somewhere in there, it's going to say arbitration, right? That's what they do. They lock you into arbitration. Now, what I discovered, which was incredible to me, was because I had already heard about arbitration, was it actually works for the consumer. That's what nobody knows. Arbitration works for a well-informed consumer, right? And the way I figured that out was it's just like any other court in that it's going to take time and money to get through that process, right? Every court case is going to require time and money, no matter what. Well, people want to avoid that expense, right? If it's not worth their time, right? So if you tell a company you're going to go to arbitration, they're going to want to settle, man. They're going to be like, I don't want to go to arbitration. You call their bluff, basically, right? You call their bluff, man. That's it.
So, yeah, I didn't know that was actually into our favor,
Exactly. I didn't know either. And the reason why, by the way, it's also in our favor is because they have to swallow a lot of the fees that go with these types of cases, man. They have to swallow the fees, and they don't want to do that. If it's a $5,000 bill, if it's $10,000, man, odds are they're just going to say, all right, let's work this out. Let's not even go.
Yeah, I can tell you, I've been through arbitration.
Oh yeah,
with a company for, and
really?
Same thing. It was going to cost them more to drag it out. Yeah, it was going to cost the company more to drag it out with me, so they just cut me a check.
That's great. That's like one of the few cases I've ever heard of anybody even going to arbitration, man. That's cool.
Yeah,
it was like it's going to cost more. We're just going to pay.
And another thing is, so you said that this could be done for rental car properties, and what else? Like, give us a rundown of all the stuff they could.
Oh man, just about any consumer issue, man. Seriously, like some of our customers have had. One guy actually got bad gasoline, man. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Right.
So this gentleman from New Jersey, man, he ended up buying a motor case. Yeah, he went to a very well-known gas station, filled up, and then his engine just wasn't working right. So he took it to a mechanic. He took it to two mechanics, and they said something needs to be cleaned inside the engine because they sold you some bad gas. And this guy was like, "Oh my God, man!" So he tried to get the money back from this company, and they ignored him. They totally ignored him. So anyway, he ended up getting $500 to recover the costs. But he was gas. Another guy was a quick oil change company, a guy in Michigan who they drained his transmission fluid, man. Instead of the oil. So he was out of a car for a week, and they paid for his car rental. So that was cool. Yeah, the other one was an insurance claim. There was a guy in Georgia who had a case closed on him, man, for personal property. They didn't even want to deal with him. They closed his claim. But then he used our letter and they reopened his claim. So now he's negotiating some value with the insurance company, man. And then the last one I heard was a guy here in Tallahassee, another professor, who used us for a moving company, man. This moving company, they subcontracted the work out to another shady operator who ended up hiring, some people who were just very unprofessional, and they damaged things, lost things. So they ignored him for months, and then I said, "Hey, try Settle Shark." And he did. And the next day, I don't lie. The next day, he got a settlement offer for $700 from that moving company.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. Like, since we got you on here, and you're you have a wealth of knowledge, not just Settle Shark, and like we said, we appreciate your business and what it does.
Thank you.
So no, because we're a group of podcasters on CTR Media Network.
Sure.
So I want to ask some questions about branding. How do you protect your brand?
Oh, that's a great question. Trademarks. You got to go for trademark, man. That's what we did with Settle Shark. The minute you start using your mark in commerce, which is a requirement for trademark, you don't need that in patents or copyrights or anything else. But for trademarks, you got to be selling something. The thing about a trademark is if you're selling in more than one state, you can then apply for the federal trademark, good in all 50 states. And that's what we did. We did it ourselves in-house, but I would recommend definitely partnering up with someone who knows what they're doing because it gets technical. I had some issues dealing with the trademark office, just back and forth, and it's like it gets pretty technical. So you need, I think, some good representation on that. But I would go federal and also and get a distinctive name, get something that really stands out, because the more distinctive your name, the easier it is for you to get a trademark. So yeah, good advice for folks.
Yeah, that's good news.
Yeah, federal. That's the R circle. You want R circle.
So Settle Shark also does trademark.
We got a.
Oh, and Dr. Liddy does trademarks too, by the way. Federal trademarks. If you ever need a federal trademark, she's really good. Okay. She helped me, in a couple issues with our trademark.
Okay.
Okay. We got a couple comments. One comment came out of the day.
Cool.
He was wanting to know, were you an entertainment lawyer or do you work in real estate law?
Oh no, man. I am a professor. I don't practice law myself. I don't even have a license. I started the company because I was representing myself, and in the law that's called pro se. I was standing up for myself, and I figured it out. It probably helped that when these people Googled me, they realized I was a business law professor, and they were probably like, "Oh man, this dude probably knows the law pretty well." I don't know, this guy, right? But
yeah,
still, I DIY'd it. I did it myself.
Yeah.
I did it myself.
Gotcha. Yeah, I actually, man, I know it's not on top. It was kind of on top of dealing with law, but when I myself. I got a divorce. I found all the necessary documents, paperwork, went in, filed it myself, and did it, and saved a whole lot of money doing it myself, and was able to show other people how to do it.
That's cool. Oh yeah.
So I got a question for you.
Sure.
How did you know with the name Settle Shark?
Oh, how did we come up with it? That was Dr. Liddy, man. Dr. Liddy came up with the name. She came up with the name because I came up with some goofy names. And I showed them to her. I was all excited. I'm like, oh, check out this name. We should go with this name. And then she was just like, no, man, that's not a good. So then I was like, all right, fine. Then you come up with a name. And she just started, coming up with all kinds of names and throwing them out. And we narrowed it down to like 2 or 3, right? And they were all pretty cool. But then we kind of talked to our other partner, Lonnie, and said, hey, which one do you like? And all of us like Settle Shark, so we went with Settle Shark.
Yeah. So how long just the
gets attention.
Yeah, it does.
So how long did it take you, like just to give other entrepreneurs an idea? How long did it take you to get going from when you actually thought of the concept to actually putting it on paper to actually getting it started?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think okay, so if I recall correctly, we had the idea in 2019.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had the idea in 2019. And that's when I was dealing with these companies and learned, and figured it out. And I was like, okay, this is a good idea. 2019, partnered up with these folks, Lonnie and Liddy. And then we just started prototyping. It took 2 years to create the code. And that was Lonnie. And we were just testing, revising, improving, learning. And then we launched in 2021, I think. So we went live, got no traffic whatsoever. We had no marketing budget. It was all word of mouth. And then now we're still, trying to grow, now we got some customers, we got some success stories. But it takes a minute, at least in our case, it took a minute.
Yeah, to get all mapped out. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're still figuring things out,
Yeah, I was we were talking earlier before we actually got on the podcast that yeah, right. We just not start we're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, as we go.
Yeah, I was gonna say that you were doing was it pitch competitions? Can you tell us a little bit more about that? I've never heard of that before.
Sure. Yeah, we submitted an entry into a venture pitch competition. So that was with Leon County, the Innovation Park here. They're really cool. They want to really promote technology in the area locally. So I saw that they had like this contest, and you had to submit an application. So I filled it out. I just filled it out. I told our story. They asked some questions. Told them about our business, our backgrounds and all that, and submitted it. And we got selected as one of 5 finalists in the county to pitch our business to a group of 5 judges. And they would give you some prize money, up to $15,000, which was cool. So that's basically what a pitch competition does. We ended up being runner up, so that was cool. But you learned a lot. I really recommend it. I want to do it again. Definitely want to do it again.
All right, man. We got a comment from the King Stock. It said, how do I trademark a name or a joke, or a name that is applied to a joke? I have a show that has a very unique name, which has an implied idea or topic.
I don't think you can trademark a joke. I've never heard of that before. So basically, a trademark is like a reference to something else. And those are usually words, names, images. They could be some interesting things like color, for example. Tiffany has that color trademark. Or even a little bit of a piece of music can be trademarked. A jingle, a slogan, a joke. Though I don't know, you'd have to be really creative at marketing to make a joke work as a trademark to reference, your company. Who knows? Maybe you could do it. That'd be cool. But yeah, that's how trademark works.
Okay, when you first got started with Settle Shark, as far as marketing goes,
copyrighted joke.
So as far as like marketing goes, what kind of like marketing budget do you have for the company? Or
it's small. It's really small. Yeah, it's small, man. It's like in the 4 digits. It's small. Yeah, we're being very lean, probably too lean actually. But we're testing different things out, to see what works. And I'm a cheap guy, man. just am, man.
Nothing wrong being a little frugal.
I hear it every day.
Hey, that's how you keep your money.
Hey, you're a cheapo. Yeah, totally.
Now, as we met in Atlanta at our podcasting event, and I did the theme song for the CTR Media Network.
I remember that.
As an artist or somebody as a music artist, what kind of legal steps do you think somebody should take to protect themselves, their likeness, their art, their music, everything, their brand?
Oh yeah,
like right there.
I mean, yeah. No, I get it, man. So there's good resources out there for sure to learn about, but to protect your IP, the intellectual property, you need to look at it as kind of like a sandwich or some kind of like a diverse group of things. You'll want to look at copyright for sure. You'll want to look at trademark for sure. You'll want to look at contracts for sure, because that's like the way you monetize these properties. You'll want to look at designs if you're making stuff, and trade secrets, right? You'll want to look at trade secrets. And then lastly, if you're inventing stuff, you'll want to look at patents. So what you want to do is you want to create like a layer, of assets, right, that work together, increase the valuation of your company. And the security as well.
Yeah, I've learned. Yeah, I've been copywriting music for a long time, I learned just by it was a book I read, and sometimes you just got to do the research.
Yeah,
I read all about the music business, and it was a 700 page book, and every time so many years it would get revised, because I wanted to make sure that no kid get one over on me. So I read that book front to, because I gained so much knowledge from that book. I was able to talk about things.
Yeah.
It was like, don't like
that's
talking to him.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the power of knowledge.
Yeah, we could run game on the other two. Game on him. Mm-hmm. Let's see. So let's say, but man, don't underestimate
the law of contracts,
man. Are you the first? Yeah. Also, man, your background, are you the first lawyer in your family, or do you come from a background of a lawyer?
Yeah, definitely. As far as I know, yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I know. Going back generations, I don't know of any lawyers in my family at all. That's cool. Yeah, I never even thought about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've been traveling all over the states. Go ahead, JB.
I was going to ask. You said that the Settle Shark is it. So the software specifically searches the laws in your state. Is that how it works?
Kind of. We basically like develop databases.
Okay. So
we have internal databases. We have just a lot of information, man, and it all gets mapped onto your letter.
Okay. Yeah. Depending on what state you're in. So
yep.
It's kind of specific to the law in your state, correct?
It is.
Okay. And I was also wondering, man, like when you send out the letter, does it have to be mailed out, or could it be done via text, or how does it actually get to the company?
That's a great question. So the most effective way to get a demand letter to someone you're sending it to is, again, various approaches combined at the same time. At the top should be certified mail. Certified mail, you get a little receipt saying it definitely got sent there, right? You keep that. That's more proof that you have on your side. If this case goes to arbitration, for example, bingo, you got some proof that you served these guys and gave them the 30 days of good faith time, and they didn't do nothing. So certified mail is great. Email, for sure. If you have a contact or somebody, boom, email. That's good. So both ways is ideal.
So with you being a law professor,
Yeah.
my was wondering, because you know more about the law than than us, of course, because that's what you do.
Yeah.
So this to help our younger viewers out, man. What's like, how do you go about becoming a lawyer?
Sure. Oh man, for me it was going to college, taking some random class that I never expected would amount to much, but it ended up taking me to law school. And it was in my last year of college at NYU. And I was taking this class called Civil Liberties, man. I was the only business student in this class. Everybody else was like history or philosophy, you know. And I'm like the business student, and I didn't understand what the heck anybody was talking about, man. And I was like, what the heck does that mean? I have no idea what that means, you know, but it sounded good. It sounded good. I liked it, and I wanted to learn. So I stayed, man. I even remember the professor, man, great professor, Peter V. Raj Singh, man. He changed my life, man, for sure.
Yeah.
And we're still connected, man. He's a great mentor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Dr. Raj Singh, man, he taught this great class, and I decided there, man, I'm like, I got to go to law school. So I applied, took the LSAT, did all that, applied, got in, and went to Northwestern, which was a really good choice. I really liked it a lot.
So you had to go to get your basics, and then you had to go off to law school.
That's right.
Is that correct? Okay.
That's right.
So it's like kind of like being a doctor.
The degree actually in Latin is Juris Doctor. JD. You know?
Yeah, that's kind of ironic,
Doctor
right?
of Law.
Doctor of Law, yeah.
Doctor of Law.
Yeah, my sister, she has a doctor in education. I was like, you're a doctor?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and you better call her doctor too.
Right.
You better.
But yeah, going back to
being a go ahead, JB.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead, JB.
I was saying going back to the.
I was going to ask you, man, being a well-traveled man, what do you prefer?
Being what?
All right, go ahead, JB.
He said. I was wondering, you know, as far as the as being going into law school, just for the younger viewers.
Yeah.
How many different kinds of laws? And like, I know there's business law, there's like administration law, I guess. I don't know the exact terms.
You name it. There's that kind of law.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, man, there's all kinds. But yeah, I was always drawn to commercial law, business law.
Okay.
Yeah. My dad was an entrepreneur and businessman. So, you know, I learned a lot from him, you know.
Also, yeah, okay, so that's why you got your entrepreneur spirit from, was your father?
I think so. I really do. Yeah. He was a different kind of entrepreneur though. He was very hands-on, and he liked real, kind of you know, businesses that involved, you know, just kind of taking care of things, real assets, you know, real estate, stuff like that. So he liked things that you could touch, you know, and this business, man, it's all about just kind of service and value. And that's what we're trying to sell right now. So it's different. And he would never have stayed in a business like this where you're not getting paid right away. He would have been like, I'm out of here, man. See you later.
Yeah. So, I remember this throw it out there. I remember seeing an interview with Ice Cube. He said, if you're not willing to go 5 years into something without seeing a paycheck for it, don't go into it. So wow. You know,
that's powerful.
Yeah. So it's like that with this part. We do this right now. We do it, you know, as a labor of love, and just like you're doing your settle chart as a labor of love. You know,
it is. It is in many ways. Yeah.
So eventually, you know, we hope, and then I know you also you got a good product, so I know you're gonna be fine. You know,
Thank you.
so
That means a lot. Appreciate that.
so like the money will come because you know just do something you love. That's what I'm saying right now.
Yeah.
Just do something you love doing, and the money will come, man.
Oh yeah. Well, you guys are doing a great job too. You know, pat yourselves on the back.
Yeah. Unfortunately, our guy T Swim having a little technical difficulty,
Okay.
so it's gonna be me and you.
Sounds good. Yeah, he was breaking up a little bit there.
Yeah, you know, we're doing
That's
a
good.
stream, so you know.
Hey, you'll just have to have me back on, man, another time.
Oh yeah, no, we actually you giving us some good information, so we appreciate your time. But going back to Settle Shark.
Yeah.
Can you give me, because I'm okay, I'm getting the gist of it. Like I know kind of have an idea of what you do.
Okay.
Just we already kind of touched on what you the areas you can help with. What other aspects of legal business are y'all trying to expand into?
Oh man, right now we're just trying to get the demand letters really kind of, you know, nailed down in terms of how we're pitching it, how we're offering it, the customer support, you know, all that good stuff. Marketing is huge right now. Just got to grow that. And then, like I said, we want to break into landlord tenant. But you know, that's pretty much where we're at. I mean, we can't see too much further beyond that because we just want to be really good right now at that. And that's kind of where we're at, you know. But yeah, no, we love business law. Dr. Liddy, I mean, she has her practice too to pay the bills, you know, and she does great. So she does a lot of business law, you know, trademarks, you know, copyrights. She does like contracts, you know, she does a lot. She's a great business lawyer. So
okay. So going back into no, we are a man's podcast. We try to focus on helping younger men elevate to to where they need to go in life. From you being in law, let me rephrase that. From when you were a younger man, from when you are, from what you know now, what would you tell yourself as far as what you need to do to succeed in this life?
Ooh, that's a good question. Oh man, what would I tell a younger me? Oh man, I'd say just advice. You know, I'd say just go all in. Go all in, man. Whatever you do, go all in.
Oh yeah. That's kind of where I would go, telling myself, no, don't be scared to take risk.
That's right.
You know, a lot of people of the minorities, we're kind of taught not to take risks, you know.
Yeah.
So most definitely, man. For all you younger viewers out there, man, they take a risk, man. Especially when you're younger and don't have no commitment. That's the time to take the risk, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely do it. It's always the right time. You know, that's what I would tell myself. Yeah. It's always the right time.
Yeah, I don't know where I got this quote from. It was like, I don't know where I heard this from. Somebody said you just got to aim, shoot, and just readjust. Aim, shoot, no, you're not gonna get it. It's never a perfect time, as they say. Because like if you just would have sat there and not, just gave it a shot, your company would never got off the ground. You know.
Right. And that's why I celebrate those milestones. Like we launched, you know, we actually did it, man. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't pretty, but we clicked the button, man, and we went live, you know, and that was cool. That was cool.
So this for me, I know I have a little interest in computer science. I don't know how versed you are in programming.
Not much.
That much. He said it took 2 years to get the programming done. Ooh.
Yeah, man. And Lonnie worked his ass off, man. He wrote code, man. He wrote Java.
Oh, okay. He used Java. Okay.
He used Java and then MySQL for the databases.
Okay.
That's about as much as I know, man. Those are the words he used. So I'm like, all right, let me remember that.
Whatever. It's like whatever, man.
Like it's not smart when somebody asks me about software, man.
Yeah.
It's funny, man. Yeah, it's funny.
So I've had the opportunity to actually, hopefully I won't need you no time soon.
Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, hopefully you won't.
But how user friendly is the software?
We think it's pretty user friendly. Yeah, I mean, people have used it, and this is like an elderly gentleman in Georgia. Someone probably my age, two guys my age. Actually, three guys my age and one elderly gentleman, man. So
Oh yeah, so
not the most tech savvy group,
well, that if an elderly person can use it, not knocking elderly people. I'm not
Right.
knocking elderly people because some of
No,
y'all
no.
out there that are real tech savvy, more tech savvy than me.
Yeah.
But if it's somebody who's not very familiar with it and they can use it, then it's pretty user friendly. And
It's
that's a good
super,
that's a,
yeah.
and that's a good thing.
It is a good thing, man.
So do you have an 800 number?
Oh, I wish we did. That's something we want to definitely get, I think, because I think people would love to contact us. And that's on our list. It's on our list. We want to do that. But we have an email, info@settleshark.com. I read it every day, respond. If you want to get in touch with us, info@settleshark, or just follow us on social media. We're on all the social media platforms. So follow us, ask us questions, we'll respond. We'll definitely respond. We want engagement. So
Yeah, and I can vouch for that. He responds immediately because I reached out to him to do the podcast, and he was right on it. So
thank you. Yeah.
So I'm not gonna hold you too much longer. T Swin had the other half of the questions.
Oh man, now you'll definitely have to have me back on, man. I insist. I can't leave T Swin hanging like that.
Right? He left us hanging until he get his internet connection together. I'm not gonna hate on his internet provider.
Oh, no.
Because it might be a potential endorsement later on.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we appreciate. I appreciate your time. I know T Swin appreciate your time.
Cool.
I know, and also I'd like to talk a little bit about before I let you go about you actually joined our CTR Media, the Power Up Podcasting event. You were actually one of the sponsors for it.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit how you got into that, or
what you
thought about the event?
Oh yeah, that was through Dr. Liddy, who knows Dr. Tina Ramsey really well. They work together, and she said, "Hey, this is a great opportunity for you to meet some great people. Enjoy a cool event, meet Tina." And I said, "All right, let's do it." So we sponsored and have worked with her. Now we were actually on the call with Dr. Tina today. And we hired her, man. Settle Shark is a customer,
Okay.
We're her customer now. She's going to help us get the word out, promote us, and she's great. So yeah, Dr. Liddy hooked us up with that relationship. And the event was fantastic, man. I enjoyed it a lot. It was cool. I'm looking forward to the next one,
Yeah, I saw you over there enjoying the food. So
food, man. Food. Oh man. Incredible. The food, the music, the rap was incredible. It was great. Loved it.
But yeah, once again, go ahead and give everybody your information, the website, their information, how to contact you.
Yeah, so it's called Settle Shark, and we're at settleshark.com. We're on Twitter, we're on LinkedIn, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram. So follow us, ask us questions, send us comments, info@settleshark.com if you want to email us at all, and we'll get in touch for sure. Thank you.
Yeah, so most definitely, people, if you're having some problem with as far as like landlords or rental companies, hey, even probably Walmart, you can probably no telling what Walmart might get you into. So hey. The power of the demand letter, man. I didn't know anything about it until I was introduced to Settle Shark. So
awesome.
definitely, if you need help in those kind of terms, definitely reach out to Mr. David and Settle Shark.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Joe.
All right, so we're gonna have you on again since I insist because I'm 1/4 of the crew. We still got 3 other people.
All right.
So I know for sure they would have questions for you.
All right.
We're going to set up another one.
Sweet.
And I know you're going to be successful and grow. So
I appreciate it, guys. You guys too.
All right. So you have a nice day, Mr. David. And once again, we appreciate your time.
Thank you all. Have a great night.
All right, everybody, man. That was David from Settle Shark, man. This is your boy Joe Bean. Well, I call myself J Bean, but that's my real name, Joe Bean. Long story short, man. 1/4 of the Man Can Always Be Wrong podcast. We're gonna hit you up next time. Make sure you join us next time, man. We don't know. We see what we're gonna have on in the future, but we know as always we try to educate the youth, even the middle age, man, because it's stuff that nobody knows everything, man. So once again, check us out. Peace.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com.
What up, everybody? It's your guy T Swing. As you know, I was recently featured in the Trucker Magazine's March issue for my transportation music. Well, the wait is finally over. The transportation music is here now. Man, you can play it, stream it, download it, buy it, man. Spread the word. Good, clean music that jams. Be a part of history in the making, man. The first ever all transportation music album ever. Our own genre, transportation music. Ride what you got, T Swing. Let's get it.
Yes, let me show you how to pick it up and move it. Homie, this is transportation music. Something to ease your mind while you're cruising. Homie, this is transportation music.
You know what I'm talking about? I don't know. Do you think about me? Smoking on trees, sipping on Hennessy. Switching lane, throw, had to hit the high beam. Almost bit the sun, so my baby started to scream. Told her calm down, cause you know I got that lean. Gasoline in the tank, and you know I dropped the screen. Peanut butter on the seats, that's the mix that makes it cream. Getting top, F and I, we about to make a scene. You on top, we don't stop, this is what you see in dreams.
There's a new sheriff coming to a city near you, and I'm well on the mission to bring the new era to policing that will change everything that you know it as it relates to communicating, assisting, helping, delivering the correct and justified acts to remove crimes and to help you as a citizen against every crime that comes against you with the solutions to impact your community, your city, and generations to come with CPIIA, Citizens and Police Immediate Interactive Assistance. I cannot do this on my own. I need your help, and we together can for certainly make the change needed for a better city, a better country, for a better future.